Hello everyone, I'm Bryce Carter, and today I wanted to start off with a couple of questions for you. How many of you have one of these? By a raise of hands, how many of you guys have a smartphone? Pretty much all of you guys, and I can see one right there right now. Now, along with that, how many of you have access to the internet and daily access to it? I'm seeing some nodding of heads, hands going up. Now, with you guys having these things, I bet you guys can tell me that the internet is just a wonderful place where everyone's super nice to each other, and there's no aggression, there's no meanness, it's just kindness everywhere. I saw a couple chuckles around the room because you guys know that I'm absolutely wrong. The world is not, the internet of today is full of aggression, and it's something that has become a major issue today. In fact, Pope Francis even said, quote, "Today people insult each other as if they were saying good day." And that definitely applies to online aggression today. People are just downright mean to each other at times, and people are now viewing it as something that just can't be solved. It's just a norm of today that we're just going to deal with. However, I'm here to tell you today that that is not the case. All of us can, in our own little ways, make sure that online aggression, as big of a beast as it is, can actually be broken down, and we can make the world into a better place for the future. Now, today I want to talk to you about what exactly online aggression is, what solutions have been discussed, as well as what can we do as a group. Now first, for what exactly online aggression is. I sent out a survey, just like all of you guys for our speech, and I asked the question, what social media do you use? Have you seen online aggression? And on what scale would you say that these people were being aggressive? And for that third question, these are my findings. One is that the people were passively aggressive, and 5 was that these people were absolutely raging online. And as you can see, one person said that they were passively aggressive. Everyone else, there was open aggression online, and to people that these people probably didn't even know. And along with that, at the end of my survey, there was an open response of what exactly do you see when that happens? Racial slurs, homophobic slurs, and just downright insults in general were described by everyone who took my survey. And there were 58 people that took it. Now, with that in mind, you have to question what motivates these people to be so inhuman and just so rude. And numerous scientists have dived into that question, such as Joe Dawson, a member of the Association for the Psychological Sciences. He talked about a study that was done in 1969 by Philip Zimbardo, a fellow associate. He did a study in which participants had the chance to shock an individual, but it was randomly decided whether their identity was concealed or whether it was known. The people that had their identity concealed were much more likely to shock the person than other people. Along with him, you have Signe Whitson, a social work specialist, said that aggressors, quote, capitalize on the fact that it is easier to be cruel from behind a keyboard. And that is a major factor of online aggression. Anonymity is huge. And that is what a major motivator for online aggression is. You can hide behind a username and an avatar picture, and you can be as rude as you want. Now, with that in mind, the question comes up, how can we help this stop? How can we get people to stop being aggressive to each other, even though there is that major anonymity? Now, I've had personal experience that has come up with some promising results, as well as there have been studies done to show it. The studies say that if we follow the advice of the Cherokee Wolf story, that we can get through it. Now, when I say the Cherokee Wolf story, some of you may not know what I'm talking about. And in that case, let me explain. The Cherokee Wolf story was explained by the Cherokee tribe as a story in which we have 2 wolves inside of us. One that stands for everything that is good, and one that stands for everything that is evil. And they're constantly fighting each other. The question is, who will win? The one you feed. Now, when it comes down to online aggression, this can be applied directly to it. According to a health psychologist, Tracy Stein, she said that online aggression has proven to be impersonal and reward-driven. So, if you give the person a reward, they're more likely to be aggressive in the future. Therefore, if you just don't feed them the reward, you won't have to deal with that aggression later. You'll be able to stop that aggression by just not facing it and just kind of blowing right past it. However, if you want to make a difference, I've found that if you take the person away from a social setting, such as in a group chat, and you talk to them one-on-one, a discussion can come from it. And that is something that's one way to combat online aggression. If you can just talk to the person, reason with them, and be honest with them about how what they're doing makes you feel, you may be able to get to them in some way, especially if there's a close friend. You can help that online aggression stop and to have it flow away. Now for my third point, I come down to how can we as a group make this stop? Now, we in the church have been taught this lesson over and over again. We have been taught that each person here on this earth has value, especially to our Heavenly Father. In fact, in D&C 1815, it talks about how if we can bring just one soul unto our Heavenly Father, how great will be His and our joy. That shows that we have real value and that other people around us have value as well. And with that in mind, if we share that value with other people and treat each other with that respect, online aggression is less to happen because that person will know that they're valued, and rather than bringing down somebody else and making them feel invaluable, they may remember that everyone's valued and that we can all be just kind to one another to share that value. Along with that, social media is a blessing to us, and it's a way that we can not just be randomly cruel to each other, but we can also be randomly kind. We can use social media for positive message sharing, and so in so many different ways where we can just be randomly nice to one another. All in all, we can just be kind. If we are just kind to everyone around us in the best ways we can make sure that online aggression is a thing of the past. We can push forward and share that kindness with other people in a way that online aggression won't have a place because the world will be full of kindness. Today I've talked to you about how online aggression is a cruel and impersonal way of attacking people online, and how it's been shared that we can either ignore it or we can address it one-on-one. But what I can promise you guys today is that if we are all able to just be kind to one another and share with one another the value that we have, online aggression won't be such a thing anymore. We can instead have the world be full of cruelty, we can have it be filled with kindness online instead. Thank you.